Awesome morning to you. Welcome to News Poster GTV. Yes, right here in Lagos State, Nigeria, where we give you information, entertainment, education, ranging from group to group and from places to places. And when about the information of things going around Nigeria and the diaspora, this is where you can get the fullest of all informations. Have you tried to log on to our social media handles? You would get more of our details right there. Welcome to the review program right here on News Poster NGTV. We'll bring to you the front dailies of our national daily papers. Yes, the news that has made their way to the front pages of our Nigerian papers. This morning, we have lots of them to unveil to you. My name is Olayinka Olatunji saying many thanks for being a part of the show this morning. A good morning to you.
Good morning to you all over the globe, across the internet, our viewers, audience watching us right away from News Poster NGTV. We say good morning to you all. Join us as we unfold today's goodies, where we brought to you at your fingertips all that has to do with our daily newspapers across the nationwide. Follow us and join us. Subscribe to our channel. Let's hear from you as we review our daily newspapers. Welcome.
All right, with me this morning is the Guardian newspaper. Of course, federal government decries opposition claim of Buhari's achievement. You can find that on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper.
Also with me morning, I have the Punch newspaper and also the Daily Nigerian Tribune newspaper. From the edge of the Punch newspaper campaign to the UK, article train storms Lagos.
And yes, I am ready for the 2023 election. Trust me when I say so, because I am ready Nigeria. And this is not me saying this. Tinubu says at the Chatham House. Find details of that on page 6 of our newspaper.
Also from the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning, federal government must review of university autonomy. Details can be found on page 8.
All right, talking about the unemployed youth in Nigeria, and everyone is still looking onto the face of the federal government to get busy. Yes, when you talk about employment, 7 years after Buhari faulted 24 million job.
And also to the 2023 general election, Buhari direct Ahmed forced to be neutral. May 29 handover sanctions. This can be found on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
And of course, nowadays says to be forewarned is to be forearmed, as INEC is that elections can't be conducted in an atmosphere of violence.
Alleged $1.3 million fraud. EFCC declares Kano APC senatorial candidate wanted.
Governor Wike, yes, some Wike, yes, definitely of the Rivers State, is sending a warning to Atiku Abubakar and page 9 of the Guardian newspaper. And Wike says we'll fire back if Atiku boys attack the G5 governors again.
War massacre. Speak up. Prosecuted, arrested, suspects Catholic bishop, tells chief of defense staff.
And the election is not a priority as a nation, says Emmanuel.
Tinubu at Chatham House. The regulation remains way to go in oil gas sector. APC candidate confirmed intention to rule proxy. Ottawa campaign, page 4 of the Daily Tribune.
And talking gas, so Nigeria Morocco gas pipeline, NNPC signs MOU with Ghana, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau companies.
Adeleke visit Osun Assembly, promised cordial relationship to achieve progress. Details on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
All right, let's see what's on the New Telegraph this morning as 2023 opposition downplaying Buhari's achievement for political gain, says the federal government.
Still the same from the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, page 7. Northeast remain one of the world's largest humanitarian crises. United.
All right, still going outside Nigeria as U.S. Nigeria open skies pact allows U.S. carriers to charge fares indoors.
And also to politics. Atiku woos Lagosians, says restructuring will agenda just society united country. Details on page 2 of the Nigerian.
And talking business on the page 4 of the New Telegraph this morning, budget pardon, Senate clears minister on complicity.
Moving ahead to the Punch newspaper this morning, FG not ready to fund varsities. ASUU. Details on page 28 of the Punch newspaper this morning.
And the federal government is setting laws on varsity autonomy, and NECO declares war on examination malpractices.
Boldly written on the Punch newspaper this morning, Abuja Kaduna train record low passenger turnouts. Details on page 22.
Of course, people are scared for their lives, because if you ask me, I think that I feel like it's beating twice shy. Even if it's me, I don't think I want to follow that around. Just as the federal government has assured that the biometrics get gotten from the people who want to fly the road, their national identity would make them to, on the security, the security apparatus, and of course, make the decision more easier. But let's see how it goes then.
Looking at the security architecture within our country, it's quite alarming nowadays when you get to see different people lay an ambush just to source for more as their daily income, and it has become, let me say, center now in Nigeria.
It is, because
even people from the diaspora refuses to come back home. The security threats and challenges Nigeria is currently facing. When they said Kaduna Abuja train record has low passenger turnout, well, it's not a news to me, because we are in the unitary period. People are just be skeptical about their lives and properties, because we all have our loved ones at home waiting for us to return from all our destinations.
No matter how small the transport fare is, not compared to life.
I'm telling you, it's a story that touches the heart to say we bid a farewell to such person is expected to return back home. So I believe the Inspector General of Police has also sworn into a proactive measures in deploying officers of the Nigerian Police Force to all the strategic locations within the Kaduna Abuja train services. And it's a good one.
It's a good one. Moving on this morning, we need peace. G5 won't come more attacks from presidential councils. Want parties to be together for electoral victory, says Dogara lacks character.
As local currency weakens by 53%, external devices by 288%.
And federal government to amend law on varsity autonomy and remain neutral. Buhari's armed forces. This is, of course, on page 5 and page 8 of the New Telegraph paper this morning.
Nigerians with need to rise to 92 million. Details can be found on 22 of the Punch newspaper this morning.
And Reds probe 4 trillion naira electric bill all Nigeria by Benin Republic, Niger, and Togo.
Oil Navy denies naming NNPC. Details of those stories can be found on page 8 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper.
And 2023 federal government not to APC developed Lagos, says Atiku promises to restructure Nigeria and revamp economy.
Let me also join you into politics. Tinubu takes campaign to UK. Atiku train storms Lagos.
And Chatham House, yes, a campaign to the UK this morning. Tinubu promises quality leadership. He also promised to tackle insecurity. Arts Academy work record must be consistent.
Atiku appeals to Lagos voters. Tinubu accuses opponents of dirty politics. Details can be found on page 2 of the Daily Boom.
And Navy staff is saying oil theft. We didn't indict NNPCL. Nigeria signs MOU with Ghana, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau OFM.
Nigerian project million barrels production by May 2023. Details on page 22 of the Punch newspaper.
And talking business, CBN on foreign exchange inflow rises by 26.4 trillion dollars.
Naira depreciates had 9 trillion to foreign debt burden.
All right, so let me also quickly move over to the Nation's newspaper, as the time is not on our side this morning. Article: I will sell off refineries to raise $10 billion.
Tinubu at Chatham House. The regulation remains way to go in oil gas sector. Candidates confirm intentions ruled by Propsy, Atiku Okowa campaign. Details on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning.
And of course, the governor of Lagos State is saying the reason why Lagosians should vote for him for the second time deserve re-election by Sanwo-Olu. You can find the details on page 23 of the Nation's newspaper.
As we all know that time is no longer on our side, let's quickly show today's discussion, where we'll be looking into the politics and the rally that transpired between APC and the PDP. Looking at what happened at Tafawa Balewa Square yesterday, when the PDP had their own flag of campaign in Lagos, aspiring PDP presidential candidate, which is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And it's awesome yesterday and on the other side, because recently when we had the PAC having their own presidential flag of candidate at Teslim Balogun recently, we also saw the large turnout, and yesterday we also saw the large turnout of masses from various destinations converging together to meet in Lagos yesterday. And what does this imply, Olayinka?
Well, I feel like the 2023 election is no longer something that is being talked about. I think it is in the front. It's right there in the front, right there before us, and a whole lot of people are still wondering what it is that the so-called presidential aspirants have for the general, for the citizens of the country, because it's not about fighting all the time, having arguments, altercations, and of course sometimes even throwing banter words. You can see what presidential spokespersons for each party is doing. All they do online, outside, at events is tackle one another. Wait, when they go out to talk, all they do is this one was this lived this is a drug dealer, this has a case of age problem and all. I feel like we have grown beyond this part.
And even aside that, you could see one of the speeches being uttered by the APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Tinubu, at the Chatham House yesterday, mentioning that he refused to reattend Arise debate, hoping that Arise TV wanted to make use of him to. So, in respect of this, there's a lot of agitations going around, speculations, saying that Arise TV deliberately just want to use that platform to enrich themselves. But seeing Atiku, seeing Peter Obi, the experience recent within Lagos here, why has he been that? We've been seeing APC presidential candidates being absent in all those debates. Why?
Well, I want to say that a particular Yoruba adage says that you can't leave your country and go campaign outside Nigeria, where you are being invited for public campaigns and public talk in your country, and you avoid it. Enriching themselves or not enriching themselves, Arise TV is a media house. The media is like the door between the government and, if you want to see outside and you want to see inside, you definitely have to work with the media. Aside from making money or whatever it is that he goes to say on that television, something that will be broadcasted, and of course it will go viral. I feel like it is not a big deal for you not to be able to campaign even in your home and you go outside Nigeria. See, the Nigerians that are outside will not come back home just because they want to vote February.
Because we saw a lot of being made at Chatham House yesterday, where he promised
Who
to
are
secure
you making the promises to?
the oil sector, the security challenges, and some other agencies within the arms of the government, to ensuring the populace, Nigeria at large, telling us that okay, everything will be all right. As much he is being emerged as the president of this Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023. How sure are we of this same APC flag bearer?
I don't know how sure we are, because if you look at the story on the Guardian newspaper, it's saying that 7 years after 7 years Buhari faltered on 24 million job promises, and this is coming from the government. We have a lot of things that we need to come out and verify. There are certain promises we make on or before elections that we are not able to, bring them to daylight. Now, sometimes there are reasons that can hinder things like this, but have you tried to explain to people? I'm not saying that a particular party should be trusted, but what I'm saying is that as a party, even if you want to talk about your manifesto or things that you want to do as a president, I feel like one of the things that should be addressed in Nigeria presently is the rate of unemployment. If I am not hearing what is it called, any of the candidates talking about how they are going to fix jobs, how they are going to work on the power sector, because of course you know that the power sector is what brings in business.
And let me also join my colleagues in saying the issue of unemployment and insecurity within the country. And if I may quote unquote, recently there is this lawmaker and the Federal House of Representatives urged for reform, and the government should check back and checkmate the recruitment of the Nigerian Immigration Service and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps 2010, because there is a lot of nepotism and personal influence in that recruitment. Meanwhile, majority of people are even qualified, and they even score beyond above average, expecting that they need to be candidates. And at the end of the day, when the final list was about to be published, they found their name missing. What does this imply? What does this tell us? What was the intention for their name to be removed among the selected candidates? Do you know what it means within Nigeria? Issue of nepotism. This one knows this person. This one knows this one. Totally eradicated and eliminated within our system, because Nigeria now, that's why people are clamoring for new revolution. New revolution. Government of the day need to do something in respect of this, because agitating for rate or no has becoming an alarming situation in the country.
Well, I feel like Buhari, because he was talking and when he was appreciating Nigerians, so far so good is that he has been to, he's able to say that he would make sure to leave Nigeria as a safe country, but then he is still not talking about the unemployment rate in Nigeria. And the MBS says that it has failed to release unemployment rate since 2020. Nobody wants to talk about it. Before, we used to hear 30 million Nigerians, 40 million Nigerians, 10 million Nigerians are unemployed. But now, all we get to see is no one is talking about it. Ngige is also claiming 7 million jobs created are unlikely. NDP is saying that 2025 to create 30 million jobs is a huge. These things are, I feel like, as a Nigerian youth, sometimes I want to question the reason why I want to go outside and vote. I know it is my fundamental human right. It is my right to vote and also to be voted for. The person I'm voting for, I am not eating from Agudami Olema.
Sincerely, I felt so bad. I see on the streets of
there's
Lagos,
no food, there's no fuel, there's no
across the nation. You hardly even see the senator or the House of Assembly member represent your own federal constituency.
We don't even know what to do.
Because as a matter of fact, this thing has becoming another issue. Because now, constituency allowance being allocated to so-called legislators or the honorable members are not being used legitimately. You can imagine alleged $1.3 EFCC declared PC senatorial candidate wanted.
Have you read? I've read about the.
When you see something of such on the daily newspaper, before it could be published like this, automatically, I quite strong believe that
investigation
must be carried out, and they must have served him letter. Probably, eventually, he didn't oblige that letter. That was what prompted this. I've published it for everybody within our nation and even beyond to see that this person must be prosecuted and at least bring to serve as a deterrent to others. So this tells us that we need to be sympathetic. We need at least to be let's have fear of God in whatever we do. I'm telling you, because
I feel like there's no, I don't know.
When I keep listening to radio, see what is going online on daily basis, people keep lamenting on poverty. For how long will they continue like
for
this?
how long? And you expect people to come out and vote en masse and vote you in, and there's nothing they're getting from it.
Well,
what is good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't tell me that ASUU is feeding on 3 billion naira per day when I don't even have food to eat. And it's not like I go to school or I can't do the work that you would ask me to do, but there's no job. When you go to places, you're like 30 years and above, and they're telling you we need 21 years old that has experience and all. Where is the job?
Like I keep saying,
the working experience?
Another less than 80 days now. Nigeria is about to also experience a change of leadership. Vote wisely, get your PVC. I think that's the power. Like our forefathers do say that the PVC is a mandate. That gave us the power to choose our choice. These are another times to decide, for Nigerians to decide who's to become the next president of this our dear country.
Well, as we're deciding, I feel like I personally now, I just have to be personal with my thoughts, as I really don't believe in any of the candidates, because seeing they say is belief, till they get there and we see improvement of things going the way it should go, because most of us that are out here are actually not that. We know the things that are going on, just that we don't have the privilege and opportunity, to go there, speak. And there's freedom of speech, but is there freedom of speech? That is what I cannot guarantee.
And on this note, we say a very big thank you to all our viewers, our audience. Station, same time tomorrow or next. Join us on our newspaper review. Thank you all for being part of the program this morning.
Thank you so very much. All right, my name is Olayin Kaolatunji Semen for being a part of the program. Do not forget to follow, like, and of course, subscribe to our channels at Newsbuster NGTV. Until next time when we come your way, do have yourself a day ahead. And don't forget to go collect your PVC in case you haven't done that.
For now.